Hey everyone, I wanna welcome everyone back to another movie review in the Sylvester Stallone filmography. And today I'm gonna talk and review The Specialist, which came out in 1994. And I really like this one. It's a really good movie. It's actually definitely one of Stallone's most underrated movies, and a really good movie. In my opinion, a really good movie. I really enjoyed this movie, The Specialist. Definitely, I'll say it's entertaining. It's a fun film. It's a sexy action thriller, and it's also a revenge film. Which also I had fun with this film, and I think Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, both of them did a great job as a couple. Yeah, not everyone's a couple of tea. People does not like this film. It holds score on IMDb 5.6. It kind of still people like this film, but this movie was actually a flop. It actually wasn't. It actually earned Razzie Awards. It got Razzie Awards. It made more money, but this is actually a flop, a disappointment. It didn't make that much. But still it's funny because Steven Seagal was actually Warner Brothers offered Steven Seagal to do this movie, to direct and act in it as a supporting lead, but he demanded $9 million, and they thought it was way too expensive, so they let him go, and they hired Sylvester Stallone, who was actually less expensive, who wasn't that much expensive like Steven Seagal. And it's kind of really weird because Steven Seagal did the same year on Deadly Ground. He directed that movie about an environment agent, and that movie also got Razzie Awards, also got shit on it. But for 1994, I still think that this movie hold up. I don't think it's dated. I still enjoy this film. I still have a kick out of this film. I still think that Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone did great job. They both played very well. I think that Rod Steiger did a good job. He was in End of Days as priest. I think that Eric Roberts was fantastic. That nice scene. There wasn't any screenplay in the script. There wasn't like Sylvester Stallone and Eric Roberts will share the screen time together. But Sylvester Stallone wrote it specifically, the nice scene which Eric Roberts approaches Stallone. He wrote that scene specifically. He wanted to share the screen time with Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts and Sylvester Stallone reunited 16 years later in The Expendables 2010. Yes, they did The Expendables together. They both did The Expendables together. By the way, this is the back. But I love Sylvester Stallone. Look his body. He was pumping iron. Love his body. I mean, I agree with this. Sharon Stallone and Stone make an explosively sexy match made. I agree. They're both great. They're both awesome. I mean, that's Eric Roberts. He plays the villain with Rod Steiger. And Sharon Stone did great job. It's actually entertaining movie. It still has action. It's not like this movie Demolition Man. It's actually kind of different than Demolition Man. Sylvester Stallone doesn't use guns in this movie, but hell, he didn't use guns in Cliffhanger. But still, I think this movie is a fun film. I really think that they pull it off really good. Directed by Llosa. I think he directed Anaconda. He did a great job. Not sure if he was, not 100% sure. Produced by Jerry Weintraub. Alexandra Siros, she wrote the screenplay. And of course, this movie was based on the Specialist series novels by John Shirley. It was based on there. But I think that Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone did a great job. James Woods, I love the cover. James Woods is also in it. James Woods steals the movie. Sylvester Stallone demanded that they cut scenes from James Woods because yeah, they demanded they cut scenes from James Woods because because Stallone was afraid that he's gonna actually steal his spotlight, and he did. James Woods was great. I'm gonna cut your heart out. I just love that. Or when James Woods arrives in a beautiful car and goes to the church and says to the priest, open the casket, and says, what for? They open the fucking casket, and they open the casket and it says, you bitch. I mean, this guy, give me three. I'll give you three corpses. You give me Greek, and just. I think that it was fantastic. I mean, James Woods did a great job. He stole the movie. Sylvester Stallone demanded that they put more screen time on him, and they cut James Woods. But James Woods was fantastic. The budget for this movie was $45 million, made worldwide domestic $170 million. So that was great. So that actually was great. But this movie got a Razzie Awards, like it actually won like Razzie Awards for worst screen couples, Sylvester Stallone, Sharon Stone, like why, worst supporting actor Rod Steiger, worst actor Sylvester Stallone, worst actress Sharon Stone. I mean, she got a Stinker Award for the worst actress. I mean, I think that even Jerry Vantra something got it, like the worst actress. I mean, this movie bombed, it got tons of Razzie Awards, which I know why it got so many Razzie Awards, why the specialist got so many Razzie Awards, I don't get it. But maybe the audience didn't believe Sharon Stone and Sylvester Stallone, but I think they did a great job. I think they did a sexy job. I think they were fantastic. I love the shower scene, Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone naked. I love that scene. I love her boobs. I love Sharon Stone's sexy tits. And Sharon Stone did fantastic job, in my opinion. Sylvester Stallone's body was great. Love his body. I just enjoyed this film. Love this movie to death. Yes, I love this movie. It's not in my top 10 favorite Sylvester Stallone movies, but The Specialist, I really had fun with this film. It's like I said, it's really a good one. It's really a good Sylvester Stallone movie. It's really one of his good ones. It's not like Demolition Man or Rambo movies or Rocky movies, but it's really a good one. It's not good. It's not a classic like Cliffhanger or that good as a Cliffhanger, but it's really a good one. I mean, The Specialist, in my opinion, is really a good movie. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. Yeah, and like I said, this movie is actually revenge film. So Sylvester Stallone plays Ray Quick, an ex-CIA agent, and of course, explosive expert. Yeah, he's an explosive expert. He's an ex-CIA agent and explosive expert. The movie opens in Bogota, Colombia, 1984. In Bogota, Colombia, 1984. With two CIA agents, both bomb experts. They mined the whole bridge, and because they were planning to kill a drug dealer or a drug kingpin, and of course Ned Trent, played by James Woods, and Ray Quick, played by Sylvester Stallone, by badass Sylvester Stallone. They mine the bridge, but when Ray finds out way too late that there is actually a kid in the car, and a woman in the kid is in the car, he tries to deactivate the bomb. Ned doesn't want to, but the bridge blows to pieces, and you see a stuntman jumping down the bridge. That wasn't Stallone, it was just a stuntman, but that was done for real. The explosion was done for real. Mostly explosions in this movie, I see, they weren't CGI. They were done practical, they were actually done for real. So I don't think that it was CGI in this movie. CGI they used in Terminator 2, not in this movie. So everything was done for real, it was practical done. It was really great, It's not like Cobra, this movie, or Rambo movies, but still a great, still on its own. I enjoy this one, still a good movie. Not one of Stallone's best films, but still one of his good ones. And So now, so now Ned and Ray, they go into a fight. Ned beats Stallone's face. Stallone goes and turns on him. They now both fired. They now both kicked out the agency because Ray quick turned on him. They both get. They actually both now. They're both now fired from CIA. It's now like now it's 10 years later, which is in present day in Miami. Regwick is actually, like I said, ex-CIA explosive expert, and he's actually a contract killer. You know, he's an assassin. He's actually been hired. He's actually been hired by this beautiful woman, Fatal Dime, Sharon Stone. She plays May Monroe. She's actually by Drop Dead Beauty. She's actually a female fatale. Drop Dead Beauty. She's a hot Drop Dead Beauty. She's been hired to kill a mobster and 3 men who killed her parents. When May Monroe, she was a kid, she saw a gruesome murder of her parents, Stan and Alice Monroe. I wrote down the actors. Chase Randall played Stan Monroe, and Jenna Bell, she played Alice Monroe, the parents of May Monroe. She plays May Monroe with her deadly past and with the vow of revenge. And after like, I don't know when this was, I know that actually Sharon Stone, she was that time 36. Even though her character supposed to be in the late 20s, she wasn't. But Brittany Page Book, she played young May. So May Monroe wants revenge on 3 men and a mobster that sent a hit. And of course Eric Roberts, did I mention he collaborated Sylvester Stallone 16 years later in The Expendables. So Thomas Leone and 2 men were actually responsible for the death of May's parents, and she takes the name as Aiden Hastings to lure them out, to lure Thomas Leone and her other 2 men that are responsible for her parents' death out, in order she's gonna pay millions. She's actually gonna pay Regwick millions. And Ray, I love Ray's costume. She drives bus. He lives alone. He drives bus. We see a cat. I think was the same cat was later in Assassins. By the way, in my opinion, this movie is better. It's fast-paced. It's not boring like Assassins. Assassins is boring in my opinion. This movie isn't. It goes fast-paced. We see a beautiful cat that follows him, and there's like a few good songs in the film. And Regwick accepts the job, and he goes to kill. He plants a bomb, you know, because he asks May, why don't you go to the cops? She says, no, I can't do that. The bullets aren't specifically. She wants a bomb expert, so he accepts the assignment. He accepts the assignment and he says, okay, I'm gonna do it. So he goes and tracks the first killer down, and that's Mario Ernesto Sanchez. He goes in this nightclub, in this bar, and it turns out that the mobster, the accountant, you know, was actually stealing money from them. And Charlie goes and kills them, and there's this hooker, and of course Stallone puts the bomb device in it, the syntax device. You know, I'm not the expert. He puts the bomb in it, and he remote control. When the guy opens the door, he deactivates, the bomb explodes. Practical effect. He flies back. He's been like dead, and I love that scene. Mario Ernesto Sanchez plays Charlie. He was a regular star in Miami Vice. He played different characters, so I'm glad they were him with that head. The second killer, I don't know the actor who played him, but I wrote down Sergio Dore Jr. I think it was him, strong arm. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know the other actor who was the second killer. And I love that scene when Sylvester Stallone goes, tracks him down in the parking garage, and he puts dynamite under the car. He finds the dynamite, and he calls that valet attendant. Tells him, "Kid, how did you park my car?" And says, "I didn't park your car," and shows him a key, and he goes hiding because he thinks that the car's gonna explode, but he doesn't. He actually goes now to the end of the parking garage to open the key, that gate keep, that fence, or how you call it, and he puts the card in it, types his code, but with the watch, with his watch he activates the bomb. With his watch he goes and activates the bomb, and yeah, he goes and activates the bomb. He goes and activates the bomb, and the whole car explodes. You see a seat, flying a seat, a great explosion. That's actually my favorite scene in the movie, in the parking garage when the mobster, the second the killer gets blown to pieces, that bad guy. I just love that scene. I love that it's an unknown actor, and I love that it's not some famous actor. I thought that was pretty good for the film. I really enjoyed that scene. Yeah, and also it turns out that it was actually a setup. Ned Trent wants revenge on Ray, and he was tracking him down, and he's now a cop. He's now actually a cop, and he uses Maine Monroe for revenge so that she can lure Ray Quick out. So she does that, but so now Joe Leone, because he's afraid for his son, he calls the police chief, and he makes arrangement that Ned Trent gets the bomb division, and like this guy, he shows up, and he acts like and Ned acts in the bomb division like he's the boss. And this guy, doesn't obey him, and he puts all the bomb, he remodels the bomb, with syntax. A bomb and say, "Okay, Ace," goes and remodels, and he makes sure he's the boss. I also enjoyed this actress Marcella Cardona plays Tina. She's in the bomb division. I enjoy her, and so now they're tracking down the bomb expert. They're tracking down Ray Monroe. The third one is now on the hit list is actually Thomas Leone, played by Eric Roberts. In this club, and also Sylvester Stallone dressed like a tennis player. We see that he wears all the tennis outfit. He's like I don't know how you call it, but he's like he's dressed as a tennis player, and he once again activates bomb and kills. He goes and kills Thomas Leone, but until too late he finds out, that he killed Maine Monroe, But he tries to stop the bomb, but way too late. But then he saw Ned, and he finds out that there must be a trap or something. Why this guy is right here? So he goes away, But what I love about Sylvester Stallone's character as Ray Quick, not that I'll say one of my favorite characters, but I'll say I love that he doesn't kill, that he never kills innocent person. He's not. He doesn't want to kill an innocent person. He doesn't want to kill any innocent person. He doesn't. He cares. When that kid was killed, he took the blame, and instead, since then, he can't forget. He forget that that the blood is now on his arm. He can't forget that. Yeah, he can't forget that it's actually on his arm. Sorry, I had to fix my camera. But he can't forget that that's actually the blood of the kid is on his arm. he also cares, he's emotional, he cares. And I just love this kind of characters. He's a good guy, he's not a bad guy, he's a good guy. And the cops are now chasing him because Ned ordered it. It turns out that when he goes, when he see that advertised in the newspaper, Ray calls it, but it turns out it's actually a bomb. Not bomb, it actually is a trap by Ned, and I love when he calls them stinking maggot. They have a conversation, he hangs up, and I love the scene in the church. The church scene is the most beautiful. I mean, I didn't see any CGI or shaky cam that time. It was beautiful. The set in the church, they beautiful. They filmed. I mean, Llosa did a great job directing this film. It was a beautiful direction. I thought it was really beautiful. I thought it's just beautiful direction. They did a fantastic job directing this film. That's what I thought. Yeah, I think they did a good job. They pulled it off. They did a good job directing it. And Sylvester Stallone goes he goes in the church, but then he sees that it's actually Adrian Hastings is actually an older lady. He finds May, and they go together in the hotel. They have a beautiful sex scene. Sylvester Stallone said in an interview that they wanted nudity, they wanted a sex scene, but Sharon Stone was not complying, and they tried. There were like a few extras in it. There wasn't that much cast in it, a few extras in the shower scene, but Sharon Stone did not want to take it off. And Sylvester Stallone asked her what's wrong, why she doesn't want to do it, and she said, I'm sick of nudity. And he asked her, were you sick in the other movies? And she said no. And she was like sick, because previously she was all naked in Basic Instinct, when she did this movie. She was all naked in Basic Instinct, and because she wasn't complying, Sylvester Stallone went to get that bottle of Black Death vodka given him by Michael Douglas as a present. They had a few drinks, and they're red and wild. He convinced her. And I have to say that Sylvester Stallone was a gentleman in this movie. And I think that Sharon Stone was crying because she was sick of nudity. And they did anyway the sex scene, the beautiful topless scene in the bathroom. That was great. But I just miss this kind of movies, I love the action scene. I think, in my opinion, they weren't the worst couple. I think they're a good couple. I think this movie is a good one. The Specialist, I really had fun. I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, The Specialist was fantastic. I mean, it was so great watching this film. I had a fun and blast, I didn't even skip scenes because I enjoyed The Specialist. I forgot to mention the action scenes, like he goes on the bus, and there's like a pregnant lady, and he's a gentleman. He goes and leaves the seat. They're like this punk sits down, and Sylvester Stallone asks nicely, can you move so the lady can sit? And the guy says, fuck you. Huh? What's that? Fuck you. And he goes the sunglasses, and he puts says, so lady, please goes and please hold the sunglasses, goes and punches the guy, bang bang, he goes, punches the guy, and this punk, he's on the bus at that window, says, you son of a bitch, and Stallone goes and kicks him in the leg, the guy lands out of the bus, and all that scene, he goes and he goes bang bang, kicks all the shit out of those punks. That's my favorite, another my favorite scene. He's a badass, bang man, kicks the shit out of them, So in the bar, it turns out that, like I said, that scene, that Ned drives in the car, goes he goes into into the church, and he points the gun on the princess, open the casket, and he sees it's not me. He says, "You bitch," Or Rod Steiger is now sad over the death of his son, and he acted perfectly. He says, if you say one word, I'm gonna kill you to Ned, You're supposed to protect him. He was like pissed, just love that scene. It's just fantastic movie, it's just fantastic movie. It's actually a thriller movie, but I think that, in my opinion, the filming setting, the environment, how they filmed the time was great. Even though it was set in Miami, they actually did a great job. So Sharon Stone goes and warns Sylvester Stallone. Stallone puts another bomb, like 3 gunmen shows up, and like whole building, whole complete complex of building blows up, and like one of the guys falls down the water. I'm surprised he's alive. The whole fucking building drops down on the guy. All 3 gunmen are dead, and Sylvester Stallone's been now hunting down. They like 3 men are hunting Stallone, and Stallone, he goes in the kitchen, turns the light, goes and kicks the guy. He breaks his face. This guy shows up. Stallone fights him off, throws him in the topless in the real hot water, kills the guy. This guy, he grabs a knife. This guy tries to shoot him, turns the knife, throws the knife, stabs him. He goes and punches the 4 man. I mean, I like that scene. I really like that scene. This is the first time I see Stallone grabs. Forgot, he grabbed the knife in Rambo 3 and threw the knife and he missed that snitch. But in this movie, he grabbed the knife, threw the knife, and stabs the guy. He stabs right here. He stabs the guy. I like that scene. He goes, so he escapes, but he gets another call by May, because she's been now because Ned brings her to Joe. Joe Leone. He goes and to a mob boss, and he says, "This is a bitch. Ray's working for her," and she says 2 words, Stan and Alice Munro, and then Joe says, So you think that Thomas was the one that's giving the orders? No, that was me. I gave the orders in the round, and and of course, Ned says, "I need her," so she calls once again. Ray says, "So there's another trap," and she says, "I didn't set you up." And they meet together, but he puts another bomb in a warehouse. The bomb explodes. He says, May, now they want to leave, but she says that Joe Leone was the one giving the orders. So when she wants to leave, the cops now finds her because Ned figured out the hideout of Ray. They go around. There's like all the bombs and all the mines, and the SWAT team surrounds all the building. And Ray activates bomb, like practical effects, like there's a van explodes behind the SWAT team cops, and there's a surprise in which Ned, he puts another bomb and destroys he goes and destroys the door, shows up in the door, and but he goes and activates a mine, and gets blown, and it's a stuntman who flies, but that was really dangerous stunt, dangerous stunt, like everything explode. It was a really dangerous stunt, it just was a dangerous stunt at the time. May and Ray now escape, and of course the whole warehouse blows to pieces. They escape with a boat, and when Joe Leone reads the newspaper and says, "Thank you, God, you're too kind," and he sees a bomb, he says, "You bastard," and gets blown to pieces, and he sees Sharon Stone smiling, and she walks away, and then the movie of course ends, but the movie then ends with a really shitty music song that wasn't fan. But the music score was by John Barry, who did the music score for for James Bond films, but not fan of this music score. Alexander Seros wrote the screenplay. Luis Llosa did a good job direction. I think that that Eric Roberts, James Woods, and Rod Steiger, who was also in End Days that they reviewed, did a great job as the villains. I think that Sharon Stone, Sylvester Stone did a fantastic job. I think that the cast and how they filmed this film they did a good job in my opinion. I thought Sylvester Stallone was in his best shape of his life. I love the topless sex scene in the shower. Sharon Stone's tits. I love Sharon Stone's tits. She goes like in the bathroom, steals grabs the girl's phone and says she's gonna call you back. And she says, "Who the hell you are?" She pushes her. She goes, punches her like that scene. I just think I thought that this movie did a good job. I mean, this movie is good one. My favorite scene would be still the parking garage because I wrote it down. That that mobster, you know, he went and he went and it was actually he actually activated the bomb because bomb was LED screen displayed, you know, and when he touched, you know, with the watch, he activated the bomb, you know, and that's how even James would show how the bomb was activated. Because when he went to close the watch activated with the syntax, with actually a LED screen syntax, you know, display, and it was showing, you know, in the screen, you know, the LED screen was showing bye, and his car blows to pieces. I still don't know the actor who the actor was. I could not find it. I'm pretty sure it was Sergio Dore Jr. I'm not sure. I think he was. But I like that scene. The second scene, I like that it's a known actor. It's not some famous Hollywood star. I like that. I like that scene. But kind of the parking garage scene reminds me on About the Law, Steven Seagal's first movie, you know, for Warner Brothers, which I love that movie, incredible to death. About the Law, love to death. Definitely it's Seagal behind the stage his best film. What also reminds me on this movie, the first scene when he goes and kills that guy Charlie, you know, by the door, he puts the bomb and activates. I love that scene, and I love when Stallone is dressed as a tennis player, with his racket in his hand, his tennis racket. I love that. That's that scene. I love the costume, the clothes for Sylvester Stallone. I love when he's listening to Sharon Stone. So and the Walkman, you know, the time the Walkmans, he listen the tape, you know, and we see a great music, and she's like relieved that finally the justice got served for the death of her parents. I really like that scene. Yeah, those definitely, and I like the filming scenes, you know, like how the environment, the sea, the water in the Miami, or how I love the church scene. I love when Mae Munro, played by Sharon Stone, goes on the tombstone to visit her parents with her flowers. I love that. I love the church scene. I love the air that time. I love that was that most explosives. The explosions are done for real. It wasn't CGI. It wasn't like green color. It was actually a normal picture. I thought that Luis Llosa did a good job directing this film. It is only 1 hour 50 minutes. It's rated R. The movie is still rated R. Like this mop accountant gets shot by a silencer by Charlie. I like that scene. Or when Stan and Alice get shot with the silencers. It's still rated R. It still has action scenes, you know. or when Stallone grabs the knife and throws the guy in the kitchen. He grabs the guy the knife. Kind of reminds me now. It reminds me on Steven Seagal's Under Siege. Seagal was a cook in this movie. He grabs a knife, throws the guy a knife. I love that scene. A fantastic scene in my opinion. The fight scenes when Stallone goes and kicks the punks out of the bus. I love that scene. He holds himself and kicks the guy out of the window. He falls down right in the hospital. I love that scene. I love James Woods' performance. Like a crazy son of a bitch, He steals the movie. James Woods is the best of the film, He steals the movie. I mean, I miss this kind of movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he did True Lies. That movie was a hit, but why this movie wasn't a hit, I actually will change at least the music score. I would actually change the music composer, John Barry, and put someone else. I'll put Alan Silvestri in it. I'll actually put Hans Zimmer in it, or Michael Kamen. I will actually put for the music score. I think it will match better. Or Graham Greene from Hard Target, or for Nigel or Elliot Goldenthal from Demolition Man and Batman Forever. Definitely put that. I'll put him as a music composer. But I really did enjoy The Specialist a lot. I think The Specialist is a really good movie. It's one of Stallone's good movies. Not a time waster. It's fast-paced. In my opinion, Assassins is a time waster because it's over 2 hours, way too long, and Stallone doesn't do that much in the film. Then in this movie he does. He at least kills at least 9-10 people. He kills. At least he kills a lot of bad guys in this movie. That movie he kills only two people he kills. And Assassins is just kind of boring waste of time in my opinion. But The Specialist is still a fun movie. I always have a kick when I watch this film, And I think Sharon Stone still did a great job. Love her tits, love her boots. Love Sylvester Stallone. They both did a great job. I mean, they're both great. And yeah, I actually like the twist, but if I were me, I would kind of change a twist a little more. That Maine Monroe, she set up Stallone, because Stallone says, if you set me up, I will kill you. I think he's supposed to kill her in the movie, but they did a twist around, so I like that. Overall, I love this film. Not love this movie to death, but that's one of my top 10 or my favorite Stallone movies, but still a movie that I enjoy, that I really think is a good one. I don't have a VHS tape, but always have fun with this film. So that's my movie review on The Specialist 1994. Hope you enjoy my review. I hope you like the. I hope you at least have fun with this film, or at least someone else there that likes this film. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. And take care. And I will be reviewing and talking about another Stallone movie that's gonna be Judge Dredd. That's gonna be next. Anyway, peace. Have a good Sunday. I'm out.